That was one minifigure. But I have 99 more minifigures that I'm gonna destroy in the craziest ways possible. Need more proof? Here's the game plan. Step 1, destroy them all. Step 2, there is no step 2, I'm just gonna destroy them all. Oh, I hope he's okay. So let's get on with it. Alright, I'm gonna drop him off this very tall bridge. Yeah, I think he's gone. I used a knife to cut him. I burned him with a lighter. I used a truck to drive over him. I threw him in a trash can. He's never coming back. And I completely ripped him apart piece by piece. This minifigure I put in water, and then I put him in the freezer. But it's gonna take a little bit for him to freeze, so we'll come back to him later. I smashed this one with a hammer. I threw this one in a pot of boiling water. I ran him over with the skateboard and crushed him in the door. And I smashed him into the subscribe button, which you should also do as well. And then I started poking him with a pencil and drawing all over him. Alright, hold on. You're probably wondering, why is a 16-year-old teenager brutally destroying innocent minifigures with happy faces? And no, he doesn't have a happy smile. He's the most evil thing on the earth. Because this is Jeff. He's the most evil criminal mastermind that recently escaped a high-security prison with the help of all of his clones. And the real Jeff went into hiding preparing his evil plan. And he let all of his clones loose, letting them destroy anything they want. And that is why I'm destroying all 100 clones. Now that you've learned your history lesson, let's get back to destroying the minifigures. I dropped this minifigure all the way down the stairs. I covered this one in a bunch of glue. I dropped a banana, an apple, and a watermelon. I think he got a little stuck in the watermelon. Now, I turned on the stove because we're gonna cook up this Jeff minifigure. And I watched him as he melted. I threw this Jeff into my pool. Now Jeff is really drippy. Just like you can be drippy too with our new MB merch. We only have a limited quantity, so go pick it up at shopmbmerch.com or check it out, link in the description. I ran him over with a Hot Wheels car, and I put this Jeff into some acetone, which pretty much dissolves the minifigure. And you can definitely see the coloring coming off of him. Wait, you think you're the king? I'm the king.
I'm the king!
Then I crushed him in a garlic press, and he lost his head. His legs do not look that good. Now I went back to the freezer because our frozen minifigure was pretty much done. And yep, he is frozen in ice. I tried to get the ice chunk out of this little container, but it would not come out. So I guess he's stuck here forever. I put this Jeff on some cardboard, and then I spray painted it all red. Now I got a red minifigure. This Jeff I got really mad at, so I started beating him up and punching him. Take that, Jeff. For this one, I got some cookie batter, and I stuffed Jeff inside of it. And now I'm gonna bake this Jeff into a cookie. I put it in the oven, and we'll come back to see when it's finished. I call myself the best Lego basketball player, so I'm gonna shoot a three-pointer with this Jeff minifigure. I chucked 4 gears at this Jeff, and then I dropped a Lego tank on him, a keyboard, a mouse, and a giant Lego set box on him. He literally poked a hole right through the box. Now this one I attached a spinning firework thingy on him. Let's see how this goes. Oh shoot. Bro just tried to attack me. I got a handful of rocks and now I'm gonna throw it at him. I ran a scooter into him, a bike, and an RC monster truck. I put this Jeff into a microwave and set it for 1 minute.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Alright, let's see if it did anything. And it doesn't look like it did anything other than it's a little warm. Now I'm gonna put this Jeff into a blender. He's gonna be ripped to shreds. And here we go. Alright, he's bouncing around a little bit. Oh.
Well, that's not in one piece anymore.
Yeah, that completely destroyed him. And it put a crack in our blender. Now, for this next one, I built up a really tall Fortnite structure, and I got this sweaty Fortnite player, the 360 no-scope Jeff. This Jeff, I'm gonna completely melt with this heat torch. Now he kind of looks like a marshmallow. Now I threw Jeff off of a 2-story house. Wait, I lost him. Where'd he go?
No, Mom, I'll do it.
Yo, Ty, can you just destroy this minifigure?
Yeah, 1 sec, Mom. I gotta go. Okay, bye. Yeah, I got you. You want me to step on it?
Yeah, do whatever.
Oh, look Okay, there you go.
Oh, I think that's the sound of the cookies being done. Let's pull them out, and yep, you can see Jeff has been baked into a cookie. He's got cookie all over him now. Now I'm gonna speed run a bunch of different types of grills, starting with a propane grill. Oh. Next is a charcoal grill. After a little bit, it seems like he lost some of his color and it's a little chubby. And the next is a flat top grill. I left him in there for a little bit and look at how happy he looks. Next one is a smoker, and after a little bit longer, he was completely dripping off the side. And finally, a pizza oven. Yep, he was burnt to a crisp. I shot him with a salt gun. I let a robot vacuum attack him. I put this one in the oven, and he melted down and he looked really funny. Now I'm on a really high building and I'm gonna drop this minifigure off of it.
Bro, watch where you're throwing stuff. Chill.
I lit some of these popping fireworks.
No.
I hit him with the weed whacker.
Whee.
I ran him over with a lawnmower. I smacked him with the shovel. And then I buried him. We'll see how long it takes before someone finds him.
Execute Order 66.
I threw him into a washing machine with some clothes and soap and turned it on. After it was finished, I found him, but he was missing his hair. I taped him to a fan. I absorbed him in some slime. Then we brought out the big guns, the flamethrower. We absolutely burned that Jeff. It's almost Halloween, so I fed him to a Demogorgon. I fed him to a giant werewolf. Then I fed him to this crazy skeleton. This one I fed to a pumpkin. And finally I put this Jeff on a giant spider web next to a very giant spider. The next thing I did was light off this little firework flasher, and it burned him just a little bit. I threw a water balloon at him, this mini frisbee, and I sucked him up with a vacuum. And now with the help of my dad, we used the very dangerous blade cutting thingy of doom. I threw him into the garbage disposal. We put him into this very dangerous spinning thing, which pretty much slowly disintegrated him. Yep, that's all that's left. I used a magnifying glass to burn him, and I drew permanent Sharpie all over this one. I dropped a weight on him. I flushed this one down a toilet. I kept poking this one with a screwdriver. We drilled a screw into this one, and we used a chisel to cut this one's head off. Now I tied this Jeff minifigure to this drone, and we're gonna take this drone really, really high and drop the minifigure off of it. And we're gonna drop it right now. I can't even see it. Oh, there you are. I caused the giant flood. I threw this Jeff into a fire pit, and it completely burned him. I dropped a mini Lego piano. Then we lit off a smoke bomb, which we didn't think it was going to do much of anything, but it actually caught the minifigure on fire, and it completely burned him to the ground. We put this Jeff into a vise, and we clamped him down till he was completely squished. I used an Indiana Jones exercise ball to knock this one over. I roasted this one like a marshmallow. We shot this Jeff over and over with a BB gun, and then we used the angle grinder to completely grind down this Jeff. And now it's time for the final one, the rocket. I strapped the last Jeff to this rocket, and we were ready to launch it. 3, 2, 1. And the rocket launched off into the air.
Corvette, I don't think you're getting your rocket pack.
But it deployed a parachute. But the wind blew the rocket far, far away, and it ended up falling into some trees and bushes, and who knows how long that Jeff is gonna be stuck on that rocket for. And there you go. The list of Jeff is complete. We have officially destroyed all 100 Jeffs. Right? Or did we? No, we destroyed all 100 Jeffs. There isn't any more. And yes, we did destroy all of the Jeffs. Except one. the real Jeff. After hiding for a long time, he is now ready to execute his plan. There is something he seeks out to find that will help him conquer the world. And he'll do whatever he can to get it. The sacred silver Lego piece. But if he wants the silver piece, he can't get it alone. So he needs an army. And now he is ready to steal the silver piece.
Make sure you destroy that subscribe button just like I destroyed Jeff. Ugh.
I just exploded this Lego minifigure. But I have 99 more of that same minifigure, and I have to come up with the craziest and weirdest ways to destroy all of these minifigures. And let me tell you, this might just be the craziest video I've ever done. Let me just show you what I mean. I've got 99 minifigures I have to destroy, so let's get straight to work. To start off, I got a literal chainsaw to cut right through his head. I dropped an anvil on him. Ow. I cut him with scissors. I used a hot glue gun on him. I shot him with an airsoft pistol. And I destroyed him with vice grips. This next item I used is a PVC cutter. And I cut him with it very slowly and dramatically. I dropped him onto mouse traps, which ripped off one of his legs, and I drilled a hole right through the middle of him. Alright, let's pause for a second. You might be thinking, why am I brutally destroying these innocent Lego minifigures? Again. Because I've done this video before. Well, for the people that don't know, this is Jeff, and he is the villain of the Lego Cinematic Universe. Basically, Jeff stole the powerful silver Lego piece and used it to teleport to a bunch of different worlds so he could steal powerful items and take them to his base. But at one point, these mysterious people hunting him down found his secret base. So Jeff escaped by teleporting away, but now he knew people were trying to hunt him down. Jeff created another clone army of himself, and he told his clones to cause chaos and distract the mysterious people for as long as possible. So the clones were let loose to cause as much chaos as possible. And that's why I'm destroying all 100 minifigures. So, let's get back to destroying them. I crushed him with a meat tenderizer. And yeah, that completely crushed him. Just like you should crush the subscribe button. Please. I cut him with shears. I crushed him with the chair. I dropped him in oobleck. I used a stapler on him. And now, I'm gonna cut his head off with a guillotine. Alright, let's find out if this thing will chop his head off.
First try.
Well, at least it worked. This is a catapult, and I'm gonna be launching Jeff off of it. I'm gonna try to launch him at all of these other Jeff minifigures. This is a trebuchet, and I'm gonna use it to launch a clone just like the catapult. All I do is just put the Jeff right here, and now he's ready to be launched. Now I got an entire hydraulic press just to crush this next Jeff clone. It's just a little slow. But as you can see, it can completely squish a minifigure. This next item I used is a hedge trimmer, and I used it to try and cut Jeff. the next thing I did was pour a bunch of glue onto Jeff, and then I threw glitter on him. Now this is a container full of liquid nitrogen, which is about negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So I poured it into a bowl and dropped Jeff inside of it. And after letting him sit in it for a little bit, you can see how cold he is. So we took him outside and smashed him with a hammer. Because of how cold he was, he pretty much turned to dust. I melted marshmallows in a pot, and then I dropped Jeff inside and mixed him up. I also melted some chocolate and dropped him inside as well. This is a bottle full of resin, so I poured some into a cup and also put Jeff inside of it, and then I poured the entire bottle onto Jeff. And once we let it sit out for a while, it's gonna harden. But it'll take a little bit, so we'll come back to this later. And now I'm going to run over Jeff with a Cybertruck. Okay, I'm joking, not this one. A real Cybertruck. Yep, I rented a real Cybertruck for a day just so I could drive it over a Lego minifigure. So I placed this Jeff clone on the floor right in front of the Cybertruck. And now let's see what happens when you crush a minifigure with the Cybertruck. Obviously, our Jeff clone did not survive the Cybertruck. I also wanted to see what would happen to Jeff if you placed him on the giant Cybertruck windshield wiper. I attached some string to Jeff and put him on a treadmill. I cut his nails using some nail clippers, and now his hands look much better. I dropped Jeff into a crucible, and he instantly caught on fire. And he ended up burning for a while. And once the fire was out, this is what he looked like. Then I dropped Jeff into molten aluminum, and he instantly burned and melted to the bottom. I got a jar of peanut butter, and I threw Jeff inside of it. I mixed him up a little bit, and then just left him inside. Next, I poured a bunch of syrup on him, which means now he's gonna be really sticky. And I hit him with a golf club.
Hole in one!
Now this is a machete, and I'm gonna use it to cut Jeff. And this is a pressure washer. Let's see what it can do to a minifigure. Then I grabbed a leaf blower. Now back to the resin. Because I let it sit out for a while, it is hardened, so Jeff, I don't think will ever be able to get out of this. This is a floor cutter, and I'm gonna use it to cut Jeff in half. And that's what half of Jeff looks like. This is a can of compressed air, and I used it to freeze this Jeff clone. And it works pretty well. I crushed him with a C-clamp. I put him in a toaster. After leaving him in the toaster for a little bit, you can see how melted he is now. I turned him into a waffle. I dipped this Jeff into batter, and then deep fried him. Next, I put him into an Instapot to see what would happen. And after leaving him in there for a while, he completely hardened and I could not move him at all. This is a cheese grater, and I rubbed him against the side of it for a long time. Which it completely scratched him up, and now there's Jeff particles all over this plate. Next thing I used is a Dremel, which is pretty much like a mini saw. And I wanted to cut right through the middle of his head. This thing completely split his head in two. After that, I got an air cannon to launch him out of. Let's see what happens. He ended up landing on our roof. Next, I played Angry Birds with Jeff. Now I'm gonna sink Jeff in a bunch of Orbeez. I got this ginormous bowl full of Orbeez, and I'm gonna take our Jeff clone and slowly sink him into the Orbeez. He will never be seen again. Next, I made some concrete and put him inside of it. And after waiting for a while, it completely hardened, and Jeff will be stuck inside this forever. This is an air fryer, and I put Jeff inside of it. And once I pulled him out, you can see he started to melt. Next, I used a mixer to mix him up. I played bowling with Jeff.
Nice!
I dropped a bowling ball on Jeff. I used a crowbar. And I simulated a water tornado. I poked him with a thumbtack. I threw him into a bucket of paint. And now I'm gonna wrap a bunch of rubber bands around him, which might take a little bit.
1 hour later.
Well, here's Jeff wrapped up in a bunch of rubber bands. Next, I got a custom volcano, and we're going to erupt it with Jeff inside. Now all we need is water, and it will erupt. Somehow, after leaving him in there for a little bit, it actually froze him. After that, I fully encapsulated him in a bunch of expanding foam, and then I got some Coke and Mentos and put Jeff on top of the bottle. The next item I used is a laser. But it's not any laser. This laser can melt minifigures. And you can see where it burned his face. This is a bucket full of stucco, and I put Jeff inside some of it, because once he's in it, he won't be able to get out. Now I strap Jeff to a balloon, and let the balloon fly away with Jeff. And I'll probably never see him again. Now I actually got some YouTubers to help me destroy some Jeff clones, so we're gonna go through all of them, starting off with Zealous. Now we got this Jeff, and he's gonna be kicked by Zealous.
Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, a little back. Hold on, a little higher. Did he go? Where'd he go? No. He's drowning. No! No, Jeff. There he goes. Oh, he's gonna go down the waterfall now.
I also got the Styx brothers to help me destroy this Jeff clone.
This is Jeff.
And he didn't accept the proposition.
Sorry, your shoes, bro.
Die! You can see his face, right?
Look at his little hand.
All right, we got another clone and Jeff right here, and we're gonna have Preston destroy it.
All right, I'm gonna be stepping on this bad boy. Is that acceptable?
That's fine.
All right, we're putting him down. All right, we'll do a nice small step. You got this? And, oh!
I heard the
All
crunch.
right, you ready for the reveal? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, his
Oh, what
legs
the-
got bragged.
Wait a second. It didn't break as bad as I thought it would. He would survive.
Yeah. I also got Preston's wife, Brianna, to destroy a minifigure. Now I got this Jeff minifigure right here, and we're gonna have Brianna destroy it. All right, how would you like to?
I'm sorry, Jeff. It just has to be done. You can have the head.
Okay, thank you.
This is Jeff, and we're going to be killing him today by throwing him off the roof.
All right. Goodbye, Jeff.
Goodbye, Jeff. R.I.P. Jeff. He lived a good life.
I destroyed Jeff with a jackhammer. I shot him with a compound bow and arrow. I shot him with a fire extinguisher. I put some butter into a bowl and stuck Jeff on top of it. And then I put the bowl in the microwave. And once it was finished, it completely melted the butter in Jeff. Next, I put some popcorn kernels into a jar and put Jeff inside as well. And we're gonna microwave the popcorn and Jeff. All the popcorn ended up popping, and I have no idea where Jeff is. I hit Jeff with a pickaxe. I put Jeff into a lava lamp. This is a plastic welder, and I used it to completely melt Jeff's head off. Now his head looks like a pancake. I poured molten wax onto him. And after that, I got a bunch of Pop Rocks and Pepsi. I poured all of the Pop Rocks onto Jeff. And then I poured the Pepsi inside, which made it completely overflow. Also, listen to the sounds it makes. I used nail polish to erase his face. I crushed him with tin snips. I crushed him with a giant red axe. I cut him with bolt cutters. And I attached him to a boomerang and threw it. Next, I got a bunch of nails and I made them very hot, so once we placed Jeff onto it, the nails melt right through him. I cut him with a handheld saw. I poured a bunch of tar onto him. I then threw feathers on it. I shot him with a nail gun multiple times. I got him stuck inside Jello. This is a surface conditioning tool, and I used it to pretty much evaporate Jeff. I put him on a floor jack and crushed him under our car. I cut him with this giant tree cutter, which slowly ripped him apart. This is a mini firework fountain, so we lit it on fire with Jeff on top of it. And as you can see, it burned Jeff. Now I have Jeff stuck right here, right underneath a rocket engine. So, let's find out what happens. Well, the entire launch zone flew off the table, but at least Jeff got completely destroyed. And now it is time for the final one, this giant firework box, called the Supernova. So we taped Jeff on top of it, and we lit it on fire. Let's see if Jeff will survive. The fireworks were going crazy, and in the end, Jeff did catch on fire, so he was pretty much completely melted. And there you go. We have once again completed the list of Jeff. We have destroyed another 100 Jeffs. But as you might know, there's still one more Jeff. The real Jeff. Jeff was now ready for his ultimate plan. But with all of his clones destroyed, Jeff has some other problems in the way of his plan.